Whitcott pushing, they go down the hill, they've overtaken him, come out of the slipstream. There's his lead, got it, Pratama Dianugrahi.
With effectively one of his riders, you know, big part of that agency. And if you got David Gonzalez, who really lost out with that big mistake in towards.
Who takes the lead again? David Gonzalez in second place. You're looking back from a
announced yesterday, so I'm sure Maverick himself, a KTM factory rider, could be helping out. 2A, he has now been pushed back to 8th position, so it's actually 1, 2, 3 in the championship.
At the number 11 of Gonzalez, then the
well, that's an interesting point you make, because I know that from the Red Bull athletes before,
and the 5th rider of the championship, Benyat Fernandez, into 4th place in the race, just behind him.
95 of Marco Morelli.
Centre was one of the mental coaches, works with Maverick Vinales.
All the way from near enough the back row of the grid. What a ride this is from Benyat. Up the climb they come, across the start-finish line again. 9 laps to go this time around. Pratama.
And he was in Jerez and working with Maverick. So if he can help Maverick, maybe Maverick can.
Absolutely superb, and a great run from Hakim Danish as well. You know, Hakim
getting bullied all over the place, Peter. He was 13th crossing the line that time around, but just jumped up into
help Marco Morelli on the mental side. Because, you know, when you're that quick, when you can win a race on a different place.
You know, he started the year with 5 second places and then a win. He can do it. It's
11th place as we look in towards turn 1 again. Goodness me, a lot of riders got close, a bit too.
And it like he did at Essen last year. It really has. There's nothing wrong with your riding skill. It really has to be a mental thing.
Just a mental thing that has messed up the recent races for the Malaysian. He's obviously
close for comfort into turn 1 there, flicking it left down here and then right again into the.
Isn't it?
You know, exactly. He's very high praise rider in the Junior World Championship as well. He sits 9th.
Expunge that from his brain now, and he is battling for the lead.
It's such a different dynamic, Peter, from Megan curve.
I wonder if these guys, you know, some of the bright sparks are saving tyres.
Position didn't have a very good Jerez. Strictly speaking, is his best result. Being the predator and the prey, you know, they were chasing him all the time throughout it.
Because in qualifying, the first pole and second quickest time was set, I think,
was 8th place there in race 1. So Morelli just the season, but now he's on the back foot again. Uriarte's the one with more things to lose per se, with a
4.3 or 4, and this is a 19-lap race. So I wonder if
a bit bogged down in confidence perhaps at the moment, you might say.
Yeah. Okay, back with the leader sensor.
It's gap out the lead, and it's amazing how that could just change a rider's mentality.
Yeah. Someone like Uriarte just doesn't want to try the big breakaway because he knows he's going to need.
So this is the leading 5, and we've decided, for whatever reason, with a 4.6 second gap, that
absolutely. You know, Uriarte is very strong mentally, and he tires left at the end.
Down the bottom of the hill they come.
These 5 are going to remain to the end. Now, it'll, you know, who has an advantage? Who's got something?
He actually had the better line than Veda through there. He got the drive out of it. Veda caught him going in.
And the big climb up starts again. Gonzalez looking for the lead this time. He looks up the inside, but
extra. Obviously, Veda Pratama doesn't know the track quite as well as some of the
to the corner, but Brian Uriarte flicked it right and then left.
Uriarte says, no, I'm going to start drilling the pace now. Personal best last time around for the
Spaniards around him, but that's never stopped him before. So I don't think the circuit
to get the drive out.
On that penalty as well for Monon Yane due to exceeding track limit. Their rider, by far the quickest rider on the track, actually, as half a second quicker than everybody else.
Knowledge thing is a huge thing. Maybe the number 11 David Gonzalez, but that's his first
limits. He's down in 20th at the moment, fighting with Pont, who also had a long lap penalty. Agostinelli that time around pretty well.
They fan out across the track. Who's late on the brakes? Uriarte is Ricky's
season, so if he knows the track, it's not on this motorcycle, so it's really evenly.
Is just ahead of them. He's done his long lap penalty as well.
Oh, and Brian getting really good into the left-hander at the bottom of the hill. That's where he passed Ramadiza to win. Yes,
he paced here, and we've yet to see anyone exercise a significant advantage anywhere. presumably ruined his concentration having to do the long lap penalty
today, and he's absolutely superb, and of course it's so crucial, but he's lost now the lead to the number 7.
certainly not sort of sitting up and waiting for anybody down the back straight.
No, absolutely right. So I think
And caught himself out. Anyway, back with the leaders then. Brian Uriarte still with the advantage over Pratama, and 17, the white helmeted Yaroslav Karpushin. He comes alongside, it's side by side.
these ones aside, one rider on the move is Zen Mitani, who's now into 6th place at 2.
Hakim Danish, they got a very, very slight advantage over the 17 of Yaroslav. Uriarte and Karpushin now, as there are just 8 laps remaining. We've gone past half distance.
2, lapping similar pace to these guys here. Yaroslav Karpushin up at the 10th place.
Karpushin,
Kyrgyzstani rider, just what a tick up in form he's had since that. Well, this leading group now has become a 2:01 last time around. Karpushin was one of the riders that found himself way down the order on the pole in that front row start and podium back in Germany. About 17 riders were. The only riders not in it are Yane and Danish. We're 24th position. So that is a heck of a pace from the Kyrgyzstani. Really, really impressive. One of the youngest riders on the Rookies Cup grid, isn't he? Is Hack at the moment then. So he's in a massive, massive leading group compared to the rider.
Yeah, but wasn't that because he was penalised?
Exactly.
I think. So yeah, he was. You know,
Danish went very wide there. That could have been a long lap penalty for Danish. He was sort of lap times they were putting in qualifying and things though. This is sort of lap times that we were seeing.
Came along this weekend and was quick enough in practice. So I think it's great things.
Was certainly right on the edge of the white. Did he actually go onto the green? That is the question. In free practice 2 actually, Peter.
Well, with the worn tyres.
Exactly.
Yeah, with the worn tyres which they use for.
It's great to see him battling through the field like that. He certainly gave a lot of it. Oh, and Veda Pratama and he's still in 3rd place, and Christian Daniel Jr. up into 5th again for practices, free practices.
Qualifying
1 and 2.
a 1:28.0 from
things moving around quite a lot. That gave him a reason to be concerned, and he's gone from 1st to 5th.
Somebody way off in the green there. Christian Daniel Jr. He'd lost a few places, perhaps when
Karpushin. So yes, the tyres distinctly a bit more worn now.
yes, indeed.
In one corner.
There you go. As we see, Singapong's gone down. That's a shame for Mike New.
When that messy lap a couple of turns ago, but he's back in.